You got your Christmas money. You're like, okay, I'm going to buy the domain. I'm buying the LLC. Bam, Twitter, right?
Yes.
After that, what was your process of like really building this business?
There was this message that came to me that was like, you think you're just a model, but you're a galaxy. And we think something is our identity, and then we grow up and we shed it. We are so much more than just that, you know?
Yeah, bro. There's so much more than a net 30 and a net 60. How about a net yesterday, okay? Thank you.
Be supermodels and you act like background characters. You don't even talk. I need you to have a zhuzh about yourself. I flipped a $75 job into over $7,500.
Wow. Yourself. How do you speak to yourself?
Well, one, I usually cuss somebody out in my head.
Hi everyone, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Little Life Lessons, and we're here with an amazing guest today, Ariona.
Hi.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Ariona is the founder of Collective Casting, which is a model agency here based in New York, but they also do around the world too.
Yeah, we cast nationwide and also globally too.
Yeah, that is so amazing. They just opened a villa in Fort Lauderdale and they're expanding everywhere. And I actually was casted as a model for a few jobs with you guys before. Mm-hmm. That's how I know Ariona. Can you tell me a little bit more about yourself?
Yes, of course. So my name's Ariona. I'm born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio. I moved here to New York when I was 19 years old to go to Parsons, my dream school, and to pursue modeling. And modeling was something it was never like something I really wanted to do until I got older and I got more confidence within myself. I always thought I was going to be like in journalism or something in entertainment, but I just wasn't sure what it was. And I was always told when I was younger, like I should get into modeling, I should try it. And one day I was like, okay, I'm gonna try. And once I tried, I just got bitten. My very first callback was for the show America's Next Top Model.
What?
And I had to come all the way to New York City to film for the show.
Oh my
and I got kicked off. Like,
really?
Yeah. So it was, I don't even think I made the TV episode. It was like the step right before. But that little moment, it bit me. And I was like, uh-oh, I gotta go for it. I gotta try this. So I moved to New York to pursue my dreams. I can't believe it. I've been here for over 10 years now. But yeah, when I was 19, and just all of a sudden, it just became like, it was just my dreams or nothing. And when I started modeling, I just went full force at it. And while I was doing that, I also noticed the problems and the issues that are relevant in the industry. And I started modeling full-time professionally. I was signed to multiple agencies. I was working as a commercial print model full-time between New York and Ohio. And it was full-time for me. But every time I was on set, my clients would ask me, do you know any other models of color? And as a woman that I'm mixed, so I'm Black, Japanese, and Italian.
Whoa.
So I was raised with a Japanese mother and Black family and Italian family. So growing up and getting into the adult world and seeing spaces where certain people are like purposely left out of them, it just didn't feel right to me. So as a model, I'm on set. I'm the main girl. I'm usually the token Black girl every time I'm on set. And at first I didn't think anything of it. But as I grew in my career, I was like, okay, I don't want this anymore, actually. I don't want to be the only person of color here, actually. I kind of actually feel uncomfortable. Yeah. And my clients would ask me, hey, do you know any other models of color? Because the agencies don't really represent them. And I was like, yeah, I've got so many friends that are models. So naturally, I was just hooking up my friends with jobs, like for free all the time for years. And I was just like, here, message this person. And it got to the point where my friends were like, Ariona, you need to take this seriously and you need to open up a business. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not opening up a business. Like, I'm a model. I'm doing my thing right now. And I just kept getting called. It wasn't even like I wanted to. This was like a calling for me. Like, I'm being called to do this, so I got to answer. So there was this one day where I took my Christmas money and I bought my LLC license. I was 23 years old, and I was like, you know what? I'm about to just go for it. I have a model agency. I bought all the requirements for it, and I started my business like that. I had a Twitter. This was when it was called Twitter. I was on Twitter like And Collective Casting is a model agency that represents models of color, and that's who we are unapologetically. That's what I stood for. That's what I started with. So yeah, ever since then, it has taken off to something I would never imagine it to be.
Yeah. Oh my
I never would
gosh.
have imagined it to be. I didn't have the intentions to I didn't go in this being like, I'm about to be a millionaire because I have an agency. No, I just genuinely wanted to help other models, especially models of color, because there was a huge lack and still is a lack of representation. So I'm like, I'm going to do my part and at least try. And it's so interesting now because when I first moved to New York, I was trying to get signed to so many high fashion agencies and so many big agencies, and all those agencies like I'm competing with, and those agencies also want to work with me and they want to see our models too. So it's like sometimes the door may not open for you when you just knock and go, hey, can I do this? Sometimes you got to take it the back way. And being a business owner, being a founder has trained my mind to think that there's other possibilities to do something. And a certain path may not just look like one way. You know, like when we go to college, we get a degree. That's easy to understand. Modeling, you can do it for 4 years, but you may not book anything.
Right.
You know, so it's like you've really got to learn to be strong psychologically and in your mind to go for it and just be like, you know, I'm about to do it. You know, and you know, I'm not from New York, so this is the city of my dreams. So I'm here like anything is possible here. I'm from a small town in Ohio. Like I'm sitting in the CoverGirl studios right now. Like where else can I do this at? You know, so yeah, I think that growth has helped me so much, and to see, like I said, to see where I'm at right now is. It's just like I'm speechless, honestly.
Yeah, because you provide so many opportunities for other people too.
Thank
and it
you.
really is collective casting. Like every time I'm on set that you guys book me for, it's so many different types of people. So this name, it's so special. I feel like it really aligns with what you believe in.
Yes.
How did you come up with the name? Or was it like a spark moment?
Yeah, so I literally remember the moment. I was sitting at my kitchen table. It was like 3 a.m. when I lived in Bed-Stuy. And at first, I was going to call it Cleveland Casting. I was going to
Okay, Cleveland, Ohio.
And I was like, yeah, because like I help in my community. And like at first, all my girls were from Cleveland. So I was like, yeah, Cleveland Casting, yeah. And then something came to me and they were like, this is so much bigger than Cleveland, Ohio. This is about the world. This is about collective consciousness. And this is about like the globe. It's not just about Cleveland. So that's where it came from. Collective consciousness that's the inspiration behind collective casting.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would think it's like collective, like we're all a collective. But no, it's like collective conscious. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's deeper. It's deeper than just, you know, what's on the outside of us.
Yeah.
You know, we're all here together. We're all on this planet at the same time together.
Yeah.
Like we're all interconnected in ways that I think that may not be on the surface level, but I think that representation of our interconnectedness is really powerful.
Yeah. And so to move with the collective aspect of it, building a business is not easy.
No.
What was after your first step? So you got your Christmas money. You're like, okay, I'm going to buy the domain. I'm buying the LLC. Yes. Bam, Twitter, right?
Yes.
After that, what was your process of like really building this business? Because now it's a full-fledged agency.
Yeah. So the first thing I did was reach out to my clients that I was already in demand. I didn't even realize it. I already had clients when I first started that were like, we need Black models, we need Asian models, we need other types of models. So I just hit them up and I said, hey, I got my models now. I got it. I got my agency now. And I connected my girls to my clients and brought them in. I started booking girls nonstop. There was a girl, I think her first month, she made it easy, like $5,000 to $7,000 with me. And this is in Cleveland, Ohio in 2016. So it's just like, I already had clients because of my own career and because of how I showed up on set. Yeah. That's another thing I want to tell models too. Ooh. Like, it's not literally just about you. Like, if I were to show up on set unprofessional, late, just not a good model, these clients wouldn't remember me. But because I was a good model, they're like, oh no, we want her, we want more of her. And we want her to bring all her girls here. So a lot of times the clients, they'd book me and my girls and we all go to like a clothing store and shoot e-commerce for the day. Wow. And it was so fun. But then it came to the point where I was like, oh my God, I'm bigger than Cleveland. I thought that this was it. I thought that my business, I didn't know my business was going to be bigger than this. Like, my clients are asking me to bring models in New York. I was like, my clients are asking me for models in Las Vegas and in Los Angeles. Like, I'm like, oh snap. So at first, building the clients, it was tricky because I was like cold pitching, and I'd be like, hey, my name's Ariona Beninato. I'm a business owner from Cleveland. These are my models. And some of them are receptive, some aren't. I would stalk people on LinkedIn. I'd find their emails. I'd do all the things, you know. But if I'm being totally honest, like 90% of my business comes from my referrals and people directly talking to me and just directly reaching out to me. And also Google. So when I first started and I was creating my website, I'm kind of like a nerd. I'm kind of like a computer nerd. So I was writing very specific SEO keywords and like very specific things to where if someone were to Google model agency for diverse models, my agency is going to show up. So I've even had clients even this year be like, yeah, we found you on Google. I'm like, wow. Okay, I don't know what the search was, you know, compared to everybody else, you know, but we're here. So yeah.
Yeah, that process when you were just a fully booked model to transitioning into that collective casting business owner founder, how did you set aside that model identity?
It was so hard.
Yeah.
It was so hard because, well, naturally I'm a very kind person. And naturally I'm raised to put others before myself. So it was hard in a way where I knew I had to give up a part of my career in order to take this business seriously. There's no way, because I had no team. It'd be different if I had like several managers, a hairstylist, a makeup artist, a stylist, everything. But as a model, it's just me and my agents, you know, and then as a business owner, it's me and my interns and whatever I tell them to do, you know. So at first, it was hard for me because I was like, this is like one of my main sources of income. And when I'm booked, the other girls are booked too. So I need to keep working. But it got to the point where the business was too busy. And I was like, I cannot tape 5 auditions today. I have to work on castings today. Like the project is shooting on Wednesday. I have to turn in the package for the models today, you know? So there was actually a moment in my career, this is like maybe even a few years ago, where I told my agents, like, this is really hard. This is really hard for me. And I wanted to just take a step back for a second. So I would say the last 3 or 4 years, I've taken a step back in modeling. I still do parts modeling. I still like model my hands and stuff like that. But it's easy. Again, I don't have to show up in hair, makeup, wardrobe. I just show up and I go like this.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm in like sweatpants. No, literally. That's why I love beauty modeling, because I'm always wearing sweatpants.
Me too.
I'm wearing sweatpants right now. And also, like, Ariona looks so good. For the people that are just listening in audio, she's literally in this dress suit, skirt, heels. Like, you walked in, I was like, whoa.
Thank you.
You want to host this, actually?
Thank you.
Speaking of the team, how did you find a process where you built a trustworthy team? Because it's not easy.
Oh, it's so hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard. Well, when I first started, I went back to my college that I went to, Kent State University, and I contacted the fashion organizations on campus. And I said, do you guys have any students that are interested in working for a startup model agency? Oh. And that's how I met my first interns. And I still talk to them to this day. They still support me to this day. Yeah. And they have big girl corporate jobs now. But they're like, I'll do anything for Collective. I'll do anything for you, Ariona. Yeah. Like, it's so sweet. So a lot of it is taking organizations that are already structured and kind of do the filtering for me, and then filtering it through that, you know? I've even hired, like, off Instagram. I've even hired a lot. I hire a lot of my interns. Like, a lot of people, they'll intern for me, and then they become like my executive assistant or agents or whatever. And it can be a hit or a miss.
Yeah. What is the thing where you're like, okay, that checkbox where you're like, okay, I trust you in this role. Do you have a thing where it's like a gradual process?
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely a thing. Oh. I can usually tell within a few conversations how they handle problems. Do they take accountability? How they handle feedback? Because you can put your all into a project, into anything, but if the client comes back and goes, we hate this whole thing, you need to redo this all. How are you going to react to it? You know, like, you need to be strong. You need to be adaptable, strong, mature, you know. I'm also not a mean girl. Like, back in the day, fashion used to be kind of like a mean world, where it was like, oh my God, she's so fat, and she said, oh my God, no, 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 we don't do mean girl stuff over here. No, everyone needs to be kind, treat people with respect. And I'm sure you notice when you're on my sets, everyone is nice to each other.
She does like a meeting too.
I do a meeting. I do a whole meeting. I'm like, everyone talk to each other. Put your phones
very
down.
nicely. Okay.
Yeah.
When you email not me, but the finance person over there. Thank you.
Yeah, and it's because I've had to learn how to talk to groups of people that may not all have the same level of, if I'm being straightforward, level of intelligence, level of professionalism, and level of experience. So a lot of girls I develop, and I'm booking them on their very first job. They don't know what to do, And same way with my employees. A lot of young women I've hired, they've never had the opportunity before, but that doesn't mean that they can't grow and develop themselves into that. And I can see that. I can see potential in people, and I know who I can grow and who isn't coachable, And it's just really important as a boss lady to have that discernment. And it's definitely like a sixth sense. Like, this isn't gonna work, And I kind of know that immediately. I fire a lot of people.
Yeah, no, that's real. And I actually listen to a lot of podcasts about like CEOs and founders and stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, like in really huge corporations, they tend to not hire the one that's like really adventurous and like wanting to learn so that they can go. So do you feel like you have a certain personality that you like to hire where it's like, okay, I know you're kind of like employee personality where you just like a 9 to 5 and you stay there, and you're not like a builder founder personality where you're like, you want to come in, learn the info of my company and then leave. Like,
right.
Do you accept like all types of people that are like, okay, I want to build something of my own? Like, they're ambitious and they might leave in like 5 years or like 3 years. Or you're kind of looking for the person that's like, okay, they seem like they're going to be a good employee and that's all I need.
It depends on the role. So, for example, you can come in and build something of your own, but it better not be no model agency because I'm building mine.
It better not be collective casting too.
Yeah, like probably not gonna work. But I appreciate that spirit. I appreciate that mindset. But the reality is, I've been through it now. Now I've had the legal experience of what that's like when you have an employee come and try to take your business.
Oh, that was separate from the.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my
yes.
God, I remember.
Yes.
We're going to have to talk about those two things towards the end because that's the tea. So
yes, that's real tea. It's real hot tea. So yeah, I've gone through that experience of having a model or having someone on your team that wants to have their own agency one day and is really ambitious and loves what we stand for. No, I don't go for that no more. I don't care I don't care if you love me, okay? Like, can you please answer these emails, please?
Like, do your job.
Please. So it's like, if I'm hiring an agent, you better be the best agent.
Yeah.
You better be pitching these girls. You better be negotiating high rates. You better be a dog, because I am that way.
Yeah.
'Cause that's the thing. I went from a strong model to a strong agent. I'm intense. Like, I'm intense.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think because I am a smaller agency that I'm not trying to negotiate high budget rates. But the privilege I have is that I'm also a casting director. So I see what other agencies are pitching and offering, and I'm learning, and I'm applying that to my business too.
Yeah.
So I love people that, this sounds kind of crazy, but I love people that just kind of know their place in the business. They know, my team knows, Ariona will listen to your ideas. I will support, I will finance your ideas. I will do it all. But you need to do your job too.
Right.
So the people that have the big ideas, the ambitious energy, those are great leaders. Those are great people in leadership positions. But if I need a secretary, I need them to be a secretary.
Right.
So.
I get it, because it's like, I feel like as a friend, they would be great friends to help guide.
Even advise.
Yeah,
or
and
ideate.
motivate, right?
Yeah.
And in an employee setting where you have a business, it's like, do your job.
Yes.
And I wrote down a few questions, but I do want to, I do want to kind of go back to the model thing because we didn't really get to finish that off.
Of course.
So letting go of that model identity, because it was something you probably worked for so long in your life. So how was it to let go of that aspect of you, even though you built something greater?
Yes.
And you provided way more for the modeling industry.
Yes.
But like, how was it? Because it was a transition.
I've had to go through, I've been in therapy. I've had to go through a lot of healing. And there was a moment where I was writing, I had like a dream where there was this message that came to me that was like, you think you are just a model, but you are a galaxy. And what are you doing with this power?
Wait, who said that? Oh, in your
Me.
dream?
It was like me to myself.
Whoa.
You think you're just a model and you're a galaxy. And now that you know that you're a galaxy, what are you about to do?
Oh, wow.
I think that sometimes the label as a model, it minimizes our power.
Yes.
And it minimizes who we think we are.
Yes.
You're more than a model. You are more than a model too. You know, like we all are more than a model. So I was like, it's kind of like part of growing up. When I was younger, you know, I grew up in Victoria's Secret fashion show days. I grew up obsessing over Tyra, Naomi Campbell. I grew up with the supermodels. So like this is a huge goal that you think you have in your brain. But once I started being more successful in my career, I was like, wait, this isn't fulfilling me like I thought it was.
Yeah.
Like I distinctly remember being on set and there was a hair artist on me. There was a photographer. I was making a bunch of money that day. There was a stylist. There's a makeup artist. And I was in the middle of it all. And I remember thinking how unhappy I was.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, my God, wait. This was supposed to be my dream.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be my biggest dream come true. And it's not fulfilling me. Oh, my God, well, what am I going to do with my life? Because I've only made modeling my priority this whole time. You know, so it was a lot of growing up, a lot of maturity, a lot of healing, and a lot of therapy. But also when you realize that it was hard for me to accept the fact that I could be more than a model because that's all I wanted to be. Like I just wanted to be a model. Even when I hear girls say they just do modeling, I'm going, oh, but we can do so much more. Yeah. We can do so much more. And also those opportunities can give you modeling opportunities. You know? Like I was always a model that was like, oh, I'm not getting into acting. I want to be a model. I don't want to be an actress. And then my first day on an acting set, I got upgraded to a speaking role. And I had my very first speaking role ever. And I got introduced to the acting world. And I was like, wait, I love this place. Yeah. You know? Sometimes when we think something is our identity and then we grow up and we shed it. And we're like, you know what? This is like a snake. The skin does not fit me anymore. And I'm bigger than I think I am. Like, I literally thought I was just a model. But I'm a galaxy.
Wow.
And when you have that belief in yourself, and I'm like, I can go into these corporate offices and change things. Because imagine my belief system if I'm the owner of an agency trying to get new clients and I don't even believe in myself. Like, I have to believe that there's something there, you know? So, a lot of it was changing my belief system about what it is that I deserve. Because also models are kind of like at the bottom totem pole in entertainment. Like we don't even have a union. We just got the Fashion Workers Act passed last year. And there's so much work that needs to be done in the industry that it's like, we're so much more than just that, you know?
Yeah, bro. We're so much more than a net 30 and a net 60. How about a net yesterday, okay? Thank you.
Net yesterday, please.
Yes. Net before we signed the contract, thank you.
Yes. Exactly.
No, but actually, speaking about finances, what is your best piece of advice for models to finance or like stay stable in their finances? Because modeling is so like up in the air. You never know when you're gonna get paid. You have to like literally sometimes you just have to like reach for you have to like beg for the money basically.
Yes. This is a great question. For one, even when I was at my peak of my career, when I had thousands of dollars coming in a month, I still worked as a hostess so I could have a check every 2 weeks.
Wow, for the consistency.
Just for the consistency.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, life does not stop for us. And life does not stop for a net 30 or a net 60 or a net just question mark. We don't even know when it's coming.
180.
You know? So you must have multiple streams of income. I don't care what you're doing, even if it's content creator, even if it's UGC, even if it's working at a coffee shop for 2 hours a day, something. You have to have consistent cash flow management. Cash flow management is king. And all models should treat their modeling stuff like it's a business. Okay, what's your cash flow? Okay, how much money do we have coming in and how much is leaving? You know, the only way we can predict it is if we have guaranteed income. Modeling doesn't guarantee anything. So, if anything, get a side hustle, get something. I'm a side hustle queen. Like I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler down, you know. when I first started my business, I was working as a hostess at a speakeasy, and I was working 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. every day.
Whoa,
So-
that's a 12-hour shift.
Yeah.
Imagine like having a shoot in the morning and then doing like a 4 p.m. to 4 a.m.
Yeah, that was my life.
My eye bags, it would just be touching
Yeah,
my chin.
that was my life. So I would come home from work at 4 in the morning. I'd work on collective casting from 4 to 8.
Wow.
I would sleep from 8 to 12 and then do whatever I needed to do and then go back to work every day. And I made like $350 a week. Like, I didn't have anything when I started. So that was a huge learning curve because I was like, oh, this is what people are talking about when they say access to capital. And, because we're walking into these offices, the gag is someone is paying the rent. Mm-hmm. We just kind of taking it as like, yeah, this is just where the office is at. But when I had to get to the point where I'm like, wait, where's my office? In my kitchen? In my living room? This is before work from home was popular. So I was like, it's gonna have to be in my dining room for now, but okay. So yeah, I say that to say models absolutely have multiple streams of income coming in. If modeling is one source of revenue, you should have like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
In New York City, it would be cute if like you're in Pennsylvania and like walking outside doesn't cost $100, but
Literally breathing the air.
a salad isn't $20. You know. But this is New York City. This is one of the most expensive cities in the world. So even like when I was younger, I'd had the dream of moving to New York City. I would even tell a girl moving to New York City, don't move here without a job.
Yeah.
Even if it's working at, I don't know, Nordstrom Rack, Barnes and Noble, like anything, just to have some consistent cash flow. And that's my realistic advice.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I'm watching advice on TikTok and I'm like, this is not realistic at all.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't how it works at all.
I love that you're giving realistic advice because I feel like I'm in the middle of like being this realistic, grounded person. And then from my past when I was like 20 and moved to the city, as an adolescent, when you're early 20s, you just have so much more trust and belief in like this
Yes.
serendipitous, depending on like your, circumstances. But you have that like that strength where you're like, I can do anything
Yes.
and nothing matters. But now you understand like the value of $1.
Yes.
Everything you can see is like the business and the structure behind it.
Yes, absolutely. Here's some tea. When COVID happened, all the industry shut down. So all of the agencies' bookings shut down. This is the only thing that I have. I didn't have any other job, right? So I was like, what am I about to do? I don't have any money coming in. I literally worked at an Amazon factory for 4 months straight, packing packages. Do what I have to do.
Yes, girl, you're a hustler.
That's the thing. That's the part social media will never see.
Yeah.
You guys are never going to see me on my way to work. Those days are over for me now.
Yeah.
But like back then, no one knew I even had jobs. They just thought I modeled.
Yeah.
No one has to know you have a job. That's the thing.
Yeah.
We've kind of made our work our identity, especially with TikTok. We're like, let me go to work. Let me take you to work with me. You don't have to go to work with people. Like, you don't have to bring people to work with you. So I actually quit Amazon because this is when we all had to wear masks. Someone came up to me and they go, aren't you Ariona? Don't you model? I said, oh, I gotta get out of here. Let me quit. I gotta get out of here.
You're like, who are you talking about?
Me?
My name's Emily. That's so funny. No, actually, low-key though, because at my peak, I was working almost 10 jobs. It was so stressful, and I literally like broke down. And you're right, like you don't have to bring people to work.
No.
And work has become, I think especially in New York, work has become such a big identity.
Yes, it's like we all want to be celebrities going to work. No, just go to work, please. Just go to work and clock out. That's it.
That's so funny.
All money is green.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like, however we get it, and even as a business owner, like, do you know how like intimidating it is for me as a business owner, and I see all these business owners raising funding. They're raising $20 million, $10 million. I haven't raised anything. This is all coming from my pocket.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. Sneak peek for a future episode. There will be another business owner coming in, and we will be talking about raising money and funds. What do you look for in a model when you're hiring them?
I always look for the je ne sais quoi.
Ooh, tell me more.
I always look for the girl that when she walks into the room, everyone looks up at her. Everyone goes, who's that? Everyone goes, she's special. There's like an intuitive feeling that radiates off certain girls and off certain people when I meet them, and I'm like, it's her. It's her. It's her. So I can go to a casting and be like, it's her. And I show the client, they'd be like, yep, it's her. I'll be like, yep. So a lot of it is your spirit. It has nothing to do with beauty. It really, sometimes it does, but sometimes, again, like, I know very beautiful girls with nasty personalities I'll never book again, you know? So it's like, the beauty is just like, that's like the easy surface level stuff. But your energy, how you conduct yourself when you walk into a room, did you come in the room and come in and be on your phone and be like this? Or did you come and say hi to me at least and just like try to talk or do something? And I'm a shy person too, but it's like, you guys can't want to be supermodels and you act like background characters. You don't even talk. Like, what? I thought you wanted to be supermodels and you're walking around like a background character.
Like a sim.
You know? So it's like, and we're in New York. So when we're in Times Square, you walk outside, there's like 20 characters at a given time. Everyone is a main character walking around. So it's like, when you come into the audition, you better bring that energy. I don't want to see any shy girls. And I'm saying this, I'm a shy girl. That's the funny thing. But when I'm in front of a camera, kind of like how Beyonce has her alter ego on stage, that's me in front of a camera. Like, I get it. I
see
can
it.
walk, I can pose, I can do it all. I don't want to meet a model where I bring her in front of my camera and she goes, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do either with you, because we gonna have to do something else, girl. We gonna have to do something else, because like, I need you to have a zhuzh about yourself. I need you to walk in the room and book this job, girl.
Yes.
You know?
Let's make both of us money.
Exactly.
Like, come on.
Because the reality is, you won't manifest anything with low energy. You have to think very confidently of yourself. We're doing magic here. I always tell my team, like, we're not doing bookings, you guys. We're doing magic. It's just, the label is bookings, but we're doing magic here. We're making people fall in love with people that don't even know each other. Like, we're making, like, as soon as you see this girl, oh my God, I love it.
Yeah.
You know? Even like when you look at your images, your digitals.
Oh no, she ate my digitals up, bro. No, I actually vlogged that day, I literally went home feeling so seen.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is the best feeling. That's exactly how I want you to feel.
Yeah, but I don't think a lot of photographers can do that. Like, I don't think I've ever felt that way in my digitals.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Ariana took my digitals and they were so good. And I honestly feel like you captured my essence, not just like my physical body, just like my essence.
Yes, because that's how I move and everything. That's how I do my business.
I can tell.
Is essence, is spirit, is intuition, is like, I'm trying to capture the root of your beauty and on camera, and let the world see it.
Yeah.
You know? So I love a girl that's professional. I even when I was on my way here, I was like, oh, I'm running kind of like a few minutes late, but I know Michelle's going to be there. She's always on time. And you were on time.
Thank you.
I love a girl that just has a good personality and is easily adaptable, a girl that doesn't complain. That's my biggest pet peeve. When I hear a model complain about stuff on set, I go, do you want, and then I get flashbacks of like when I had my first job at McDonald's or when I had my first job at Amazon, and I'm like, do you want to go be a garbage man or something? Like, we don't have to do modeling. So why are you complaining on set?
Wow.
Stop complaining.
Wow. I love that outlook. I want to know more, because as like a model that also does self-bookings and stuff, sometimes I feel very mistreated and very like undervalued for the rate, but it's like, you got to do it because I don't want to go work on it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, if you're saying $300, it depends on the hours, of course. Like,
right.
But like an 8-hour shoot for like a really low rate.
Yeah.
And I feel mistreated and I feel like undervalued and I feel like used. How do you handle the frustration that you feel and not kind of get like annoyed?
It's not
and complain?
personal. It's not personal. And I learned this as a business owner because I see the client's budgets and I'm able to see what they're actually doing on the back end. So, example, I just had this conversation yesterday with a model. There is a booking that we have coming up. The rate is a little bit lower. It's a hair show. It's not a big campaign. She didn't want to do it because she's like, I feel like I'm worth more. And I said, I believe you're worth more too. But this is all the client is giving us. It has nothing to do with your personal portfolio, your life story, your anything. It's just about what budget does the client have.
Yeah.
And the people that are producing the shoot, they're not the ones paying for that. The client is paying them to do that. Even all the producers that work at these companies, like they have a boss.
Yeah.
It's not these people you need to be mad at. It's the people at the top that don't even go to the shoot.
Yeah.
They don't even know about modeling.
Yeah.
That you want to be mad at. But you're taking it out on the people that have the lower level power, the casting director, the producer. Those people don't really have a strong say if they're working for another company. The people at the company have the power to control budgets, but then again, those people, if they're just working at the company and they're not the boss, no, they don't have the power to control a budget.
Right.
They don't have that power. They're not going to give it to them.
Right.
And oftentimes, modeling is it can be very narcissistic. It can be very, everything is about me.
Yeah.
I used to be like that. I'm a diva. I used to be like that.
Yeah.
And now, as a business owner, I just realized, it is not about me. Even when I'm booking the job and I'm on set, it ain't even about me still. It's about this message of the client, of whatever the client is trying to sell. So I have to deal with low budgets all the time from clients. And even I'm trying to tell the models, it is better to do a low budget job. If you have nothing else to do that day, just do the job. Go meet these people. Okay? So let me tell you a story about when I first started modeling and I first got signed to an agency. My agent called me. My very first job, it was for a roller coaster, amusement park. And she was like, the rate is $75 a day. I didn't have a job. All I was doing was modeling. And I was like, $75 a day? A day? For over 8 hours? What? That's crazy. And I have to go to amusement park and I hate roller coasters? What? But I was like, you know what? This is my agent. I respect her. I trust her. I'm going to just do it. I'm going to just say yes. Those are the models I like, too. The models I just agree with. When I send them something, they go, I'm available. I love you. So I did the job. And I didn't know what to expect. And it was like a background role. And I was trying to hide all day on set because I hate roller coasters. And I wasn't riding one. I was like, I'm not riding this roller coaster. It's at 7 a.m, the first shot of the day. The producer, he stands up on the table and he's looking around and I'm tucked down hiding. And I normally have really big curly hair. And he points me over everybody. He's like, you with the big curly hair, come sit in the front. And I had to sit in the front of this roller coaster and I had to ride it 10 times in a row at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sitting there on the fifth time, I'm doing this for $75. What is wrong with me? Oh my God. And so I had to do that for 3 days straight. So I made whatever 75 times 3 is, whatever that number is. Okay, so then about 6 months later, my agents come back to me and they say, the client loved your photos so much. They loved your pictures particularly that they want to upgrade the project to SAG. It was a non-union project. They want to upgrade the project to SAG, which means that your rate is being upgraded as well. And the check that came in the mail was $7,500.
What?
So I flipped a $75 job into over $7,500.
Wow.
If I had that mindset on set all day, oh my God, sucks. It's $75. They wouldn't put me on the front because that's gonna show on camera. I'm just there enjoying the day. I'm just la la la. They're like, you know what? We like her energy. We're gonna put her in the main shot. And then my face was all in billboards riding roller coasters at this amusement park for years.
Yeah.
So it's all about your perspective.
Yeah.
But I do know that connecting with others is a gift, and we are not always having to be on defense. We don't always have to fight for our worth. No, we don't always have to be on defense. Sometimes the budget is just the budget. Example, even the jobs that we book, the budget is the budget. I've always asked for more. The clients know Ariona always ask for more. But that's just what they're giving us. And it has nothing to do with the model's worth. And that's just what they're giving us.
Yeah. I really love that. That's such a great perspective. And I think that's a perspective that I have too, where I'm I know because I do production and I create ads and I have a budget too.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm but then when you are in this groove of the modeling world so much, you kind of get blindsided by it because I think modeling is such a privilege. Sometimes you just have to kind of set aside. You can grow in your own bubble and you can not realize anything else.
And also, you can book a job for $400 one day and then the next job is $40,000 and the next job is $4,000. So it's just it's not a guaranteed low budget forever. It's just usually one gig. It's usually 1 or 2 gigs.
Yeah. How about the productions where they have a production company and say they get $20,000 for the budget, but they only pay the models $200?
It depends on what else they have to buy in the production. So okay, this is some tea. A few years ago, I was on a shoot. The client sent me the deck of what they needed for casting, and they didn't know they accidentally left the budget in the deck. So I was able to see the budget, but they told me a different budget. The budget in the deck was like $5,000 for casting, just for my rate alone. And they offered me like $800. And I was like, did you guys mean to leave this budget in here? Because I see what the client approved, but you're offering me $800. I definitely need more money for this. And the entire cast needs more money for this too. I think they're offering $75 for 2 hours for the cast. And I was like, that's absolutely ridiculous. That is not normal. You guys are just doing these low budgets because you guys are young producers that don't know any better. And there is that too. That's the thing. There is that in the industry, especially with younger producers that are snakes, and they just take the budget for themselves to go buy a watch or something.
No, for real.
Like literally, I'm gonna go buy this watch. The PAs can work for free. That's how they produce, and I don't resonate with that. When I walk on a set and I see like 5 old guys in like their 50s, I'm like, yes, everyone knows what they're doing.
Wait,
today.
I love that. I love that.
When I see like a crew of like 10 old guys and like someone with like really long gray hair, I'm like, yeah, we're doing it right today. We're doing it right. Because if I see like a bro, he's got all these cool, he's like dressed like Travis Scott or something, and I'm like, you're the producer? And you're supposed to be the person we trust in here.
You're like,
with the
gonna
budget?
be a tough day.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long day on set. So yeah, there's both sides of the coin, but I think as women, as models, we need to discern when that calls for things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because sometimes it genuinely just is the client isn't giving you more money.
Yeah.
You know, and even as a freelance model, the clients are always going to say, "Oh, freelance models, they don't work the same as agency models." You know. But yeah, it's really about just the client. I want to help out as many models as possible, and I do resonate with you. Sometimes you're too good for stuff, and sometimes that is the case. But like I said, we're always needing to use our own discernment and our own intuition about other people as well. Like, is this really for me? And if it's not, it's not. There's a million opportunities in New York City. You know, there's so many agencies, casting companies. Like, if you say no to one thing, okay, whatever. And there's always a girl that's right behind you that's going to fulfill your place. That's the thing, too.
Yeah, with modeling, you are so replaceable. Absolutely
replaceable. That's the thing. And I, as an agency owner, I have to come to terms with that. Like, every model is replaceable. So the models can come to me on the diva stuff, and I'm a kiki with them. But in the back of my head, I'm thinking, well, the client's just going to ask me to replace her. And that's just what it is.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 more questions, maybe 3 before a break, and we talk about our CoverGirl products.
Yay!
And then we'll go to the real TT.
Perfect.
What is your hot take about modeling?
Ooh, modeling hot take. Ooh. My hot take about modeling is that, they're going to hate me for saying this, influencers are models too.
Oh, I totally agree with that. Okay. I totally agree with that. Because honestly, I think modeling, especially the way modeling is now, it's just evolved into like, you don't have to look a certain way. You can just be. And then influencers know how to present themselves on camera.
Influencers are the ones getting the budgets from the companies that the models used to have.
Yeah, so. I know one of my friends for a shoot for Maxim CoverGirl.
Oh, actually, nice. Yes.
Yeah, and she was an influencer in girl. She ate it down.
Yes.
Liv Reese girl, like literally. She was like, we were doing like UGC stuff because a lot of the stuff is like UGC now.
Right.
And like reels and shorts and stuff. She literally 2 takes and she's done.
Yeah.
Like, she literally made the time go faster. We didn't even need the studio for as long as we needed. You know?
Some girls, and it's like girls that, you know, they probably would never get signed to an agency, like a traditional model agency, but they're so good on camera.
Yeah.
You know, so that's my hot take. Influencers are models too.
Okay. How do you stay motivated? To grow the empire that you're growing right now, it takes a lot of discipline.
Every time that I wanted to quit, and there's been so many, I just have to remember where I come from. And I remember also Ariona at 14 years old that was obsessed with fashion and obsessed with Alexander McQueen and obsessed with Terry Mugler and studied fashion through and through, knew every designer, every magazine, everything. And I have to think about her and think, well, what would she think about my problems today? She would probably think I'm so cool. Like, what? I have my own agency? Like, what? And I also know that this is something that I feel called to do. It is my purpose. It is one of my purposes in life, I think. And my purpose always amplifies any type of negative feeling that I have. Like, always. Like, I look at little girls. Like, even when I saw a little girl, I did her digitals yesterday. And I'm like, I created my agency for you. because she needs to know that she's beautiful, and she needs to I do not want to grow up in a world that I grew up in of feeling like so low about myself. Like, I want to empower the masses and empower women to feel seen. So when you say things like, you spend time with me, you feel seen, that's exactly what I want to do, you know? So what motivates me, because it has gotten so hard. It has gotten very hard. It's truly just remembering why I started, and remembering that this purpose is intertwined with my dreams, and I am an amazing vessel to help others fulfill theirs too.
Yeah. Wow. What was that like mindset? Like, in a low moment, what do you tell yourself? How do you speak to yourself?
Well, one, I usually cuss somebody out in my head. And then
Wait, I didn't expect that. That's
usually somebody getting cussed out.
She's
yeah.
like, no, now we're
Yeah.
getting deep, and she's
Yeah.
like, well, I actually.
Somebody might get cussed out. No, I also, when I want to quit, I rage. Like, I listen to like heavy metal. And
Wait, that's really good, letting out your like emotions.
yeah, like I have a lot of pent up rage. Yeah, like,
what is that, Aries moon, right? Yeah, that's where it is.
so I express all of that pain,
Yeah.
right? I'll run 5 miles. I'll be like, and I'll run it 5 miles, listen to heavy metal the whole time, like, I hate this moment right now. They thought they can play with me.
I love that. Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
And then I center myself.
Okay.
I center myself, and literally, like, it's just, I don't know, I guess it's just the type of person I am, because like, it's very challenging to run your own business, especially with no funding, especially when you're just doing it by yourself at the beginning, you know? So I've literally just had to tell myself, like, this is so far beyond me, and I might not understand everything right now, but I know, because I can feel it, and I can feel God's calling on my life, that, like, there's something more here, and I must keep going no matter what. And if anyone's at the finish line, Ariona's at that finish line. Like, I don't care how long it takes me. Like, I'm going to do it.
Oh, thank you. So if you guys are making it this far, thank you so much. We wanted to talk about a few CoverGirl products that we love, because we're actually in CoverGirl Studios. They actually have new products out, and we got to try it, and it's the Clean Fresh Yummy Big Oil Stick.
I love this thing.
Yeah.
I just love this thing. And the texture of the actual gloss is like something that you can just do all day.
Yes, and we were wearing this earlier in the earlier portion of the podcast, and look how cute.
I love that. I love that.
It's so beautiful. So I will be putting this in my bag and using it for the rest of the stick, honestly.
Exactly.
It smells so good.
No, it smells so good. I love the smell. I can almost like taste it. It's like,
I know, I can like
delicious.
You could eat it if we weren't crazy. I would take a bite at home though. They actually have 4 flavors. This one in particular is Let's Get Physical.
This one is Straw Booty.
Okay, yes.
And this one is Honey I Glow.
Oh, that's so cute.
Period.
Another thing that I really love is their mascara. I really like their mascara, the waterproof mascara. They also came out with a wrap mascara. It like wraps onto your lashes, and then you can extend it out, and it like helps it elongate.
Ooh.
All right, and we're back.
We're back.
With the real tea now. Okay, so I have actually experienced this in real time, honestly. These 2 monumental things in your agency's lifetime. And the first one is what we were saying earlier about somebody like trying to take over. Can you tell me more about that?
Yes, this is actually my first time speaking about this, so it's actually good to get off my chest. So one of my interns decided that she wanted to start her own model agency, and without me knowing, she had created a like secret Instagram account and was posting all of our agency's work on the account like it was hers, and calling herself like a casting director and not crediting the agency at all or me at all. And when I first found the account, I approached her and I was like, hey, what is this account? Like, what is this account with all of our work on it? She was like, oh, that's the account for our hair division, and I'm just making the account to show off our work. I said, oh, okay, well, you didn't tag the company, and you didn't credit the company at all in any of these posts, and you're calling yourself a casting director, and you're using a picture of yourself as the main avatar. So what is going on? And I was very nice. Over the years, I've taken leadership courses and like executive courses so I can talk to my team properly and kindly. So, or else I turn into Gordon Ramsay.
Okay.
But I reached out to her and I was like, hey, like, can we just talk about this? Like, you're using the company's like information as your own. Oh, no, I'm not. I was just promoting. And then she just kind of went ghost, like radio silent on me on Slack for like a week. And then a week passed. I'm like, and mind you, I'm running the business, so I don't have time to be like arguing with people. So I didn't think anything of it. I was being naive. And about a week later, she came in and she was like, Ariana, I just want to let you know, like, I'm turning in my 2 weeks. Thank you for everything. And I was like, okay. All I said was okay. When people quit, all I say is okay, because in the back of my head, I'm thinking, yes, I don't have to fire you. Thank God. So she was like, I quit. And I'm thinking, is this all because I asked her to credit the Instagram? Like, what is she mad about? And so then I woke up to about 50 messages from our models saying that this girl had contacted them saying that she's starting her own model agency and taking our castings and promoting them as her own. And she basically, while I hadn't known this, that week when she went radio silent, she bought a LLC, she exported our company's data, and she basically tried to copy and paste all of our company's information and start her own agency. And she literally copied and pasted my email signature and was like sending out emails. And people are like, this is literally Ariana's email signature. You just changed your name on it. Like, you can't do that. You can't do that. She hit up all of our vendors, our business vendors that we work with, like that run our agency software, signed up with them, said she had her own agency. It was a whole spiel. And so then me and our lawyers, we were in talks with it for a long time. And then it got to the point where we actually, I don't know if I can say this on camera, but it's tea, so I'm going to say it. We actually did an audit, and we found out she was stealing from the business. She was stealing money from the business. So she wasn't just stealing data. She was stealing money, and she had been doing it for months, and I hadn't realized it. And that broke my heart. It broke my heart so bad because it was an intern that I had worked so hard with, built her up to become, and I made her my hair division manager. And that type of betrayal was something I don't wish on any business owner. I don't wish on any business owner because I worked for this from the ground up by myself. And it got to the point where I was making enough to afford to hire a staff. You know, like, this is all my money. There is no investor. There is no credit cards with $1 million on it. No. This is my money. I'm paying this money. So I'm taking it personal. Like, I paid this girl all this money, and she's going to just go and do the stuff behind my back. And yeah, that turned into a whole legal battle up until the point where she was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to walk away from this.
Oh, hi, come in. Is it already 12:30?
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, thank you. Wow, that went by so fast.
Yeah, I know.
We have a creator coming in 15 minutes.
15?
So
Okay,
yeah,
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, no. Okay,
No,
we
it's
gotta
fine.
yeah.
It was speed round. So yeah, that basically turned into a legal battle. She ended up giving up, but but she knows that if she even tries one little thing, I hope you're watching, I'm after you.
Wait, I actually love that because I got an email from her. Mm-hmm. And she used to like do the casting stuff and she like worked there, and I actually got the email from her, and then I got the email saying like she does not work here, like she is not a part of this. So it's crazy to know like what was happening all behind the scenes. Speaking of another unfortunate event.
We'll call it a milestone. We'll say this is a building block.
Yeah, building blocks. So you recently had just overcome something else.
Yes.
Can you talk more about that?
I'd love to. So I opened up a model apartment for our models. Cool. It was something that models can come in, and when they had bookings in the city, they can come in and stay at the house. It was an apartment in Brooklyn, gorgeous, 2-story brownstone, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, duplex, backyard, washer and dryer. It was gorgeous. But unfortunately, I had to learn a couple lessons because clearly I didn't have the right people. I wasn't vetting properly. I got bamboozled, honestly. I didn't think any of my models would be criminals. I'm not gonna lie. I think highly of everybody, and that's just because I'm raised Christian. I give everyone the benefit of the doubt. It is what it is. But these people were straight up criminals, and basically a model moved in with her boyfriend, and they ended up squatting there for a year, not paying any rent, changing the locks on the model apartment so I couldn't get in, hosting model house events, and hosting it for Fashion Week, open to models, and just basically like locking me out my entire apartment. And that was a huge loss. I lost over $82,000.
Oh my gosh.
In that investment.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy, but I'm happy that you ended up getting everything cleared out.
Oh yeah, I took him to court. That's the thing. I haven't lost a legal battle yet. That was another thing. That's
Okay,
something.
a win is a win.
Yeah, a win is a win. I haven't lost any battles. They're just battles, but I win them all.
Yeah.
So yeah, now we're back with our model house villa in Florida. And we're staying there for about 5 days next month. And I'm so excited because it's going to be the best experience for the girls. We have sponsorships for gift bags. We have event sponsors where like people are coming and doing like mobile IVs for the girls at the house. They're getting like a sauna session gifted to them. So it's like not just a place to stay, but a place to have a great experience in your booking or whatever.
And I just want to say thank you so much for your resilience in your business. How you operate and move through the world inspires other people. Thank you so much for bringing your wisdom here.
Oh, you are so welcome, girl.
And before we end this podcast, I always do little loves. So you say one thing that you love about yourself and one thing you love about life in general. So do you have that?
I love the way that I care about things that I love. I love the way that I care for my plants, my people, my close friends. I love my heart, and I love that about me. It's big love, honestly.
Aw, I love that. How about life in general right now?
Life in general, I'm loving that bad days don't last forever, and that the sun comes out, and that life gets better. And when I was in those dark days last year, I didn't allow those chapters define my business. No. Now it's me and my lawyers versus everybody. So I'm just so happy and grateful that life gives you a second chance.
Yeah. And I think like once you keep going, the light at the end of the tunnel is brighter than you think because you're
Absolutely.
literally thriving right now.
Thank
you have your
you.
villa and then you're also booking so many people.
Yeah, it doesn't stop.
Yeah, that's so amazing. I think one thing I love about myself is that I'm able to like bring people like you and connect and ask questions that are valuable to somebody out there, like a model or creative. And one thing I love about life in general is that I guess fall is almost here.
Oh, yes, my favorite season.
Yes. Do you have any words of advice or wisdom for the audience?
I would say show up to your auditions.
Yes.
It's worth showing up for your dreams and for yourself. And don't quit because your purpose is beyond any circumstance or any obstacle in your way.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And use CoverGirl.
And use CoverGirl.
Hey. Well, thank you guys so much for watching another episode of Little Life Lessons, and I will see you next Monday. Bye.